How you doing, everybody? Hope you're having a great day and welcome back to another episode. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Saji from Highschool DxD. This video is brought to you by the comment section. I have comments going all the way back to up to like 3 years of people asking for a video on Saji, as to even recent videos where people have asked for a video on Saji. So I just thought, why not, let's just do it. So leave a like, subscribe, share the video, comment down below if you have any suggestions for future characters you would want to see me go over in these videos. And with that out of the way, let's continue on with the video. Saji Genshiro, or Genshiro Saji, is a third-year high school student at Kao Academy in Class 3C, being the Academy's Student Council Vice President. He was the pawn of Sona C3 and recently became a high-class devil with his own peerage. He made his first appearance in Volume 3 of Highschool DxD, Excalibur of the Moonlit Schoolyard, written by Ichie Shibumi and illustrated by Miyama Zero. Just to make things clear, the character's surname, or family name, is Saji, not Genshiro, so anime fans might get confused as I continue on with the video. Saji is a muscular, lean male with blonde hair and grey eyes. He stands at 5'6", or 1.68 meters, and weighs around 135 pounds or 61 kilograms. He is usually seen wearing a Kao Academy boys' school uniform, albeit without the blazer, with his sleeves rolled up. In his balance breaker, his appearance is similar to Issei's balance breaker, the scale mail armor, but with a black color motif with tentacles growing from his armor. Saji was the first child of a as of yet unnamed couple that went to have 2 more children, a girl named Kaho Saji and a boy named Genjo Saji. Saji's parents died shortly after the birth of Genjo. In Highschool DxD, DX4, Student Council, and Leviathan, it is revealed that Saji's father was a teacher and his mother worked in a museum. After the death of his parents, Saji and his siblings were taken in by his grandfather, who tragically passed away shortly after. Later, Saji would encounter Sona C3, who would learn of the sacred gear that Saji possessed. He then basically made a deal with Sona, who would support him and his family, and he would join her peerage as a pawn. Sometime after, he joined the student council, and that was run by Sona at the time, and would fall in love with her. As for Saji's personality, when he was first introduced, Saji appeared to be the stereotypical egotistic and arrogant male character that appeals in your typical high school anime. This is later revealed to stem from his pride of being a student council member, and as we spent more time with him, it is revealed that he is just a nerfed version of Issei. In fact, he and Issei share a lot of similarities. They both fell in love with the girl that is a year older than them. They are both perverts. They both possess a sacred gear that contains a dragon. In actuality, he is the kind, caring brother that tries to shower his siblings with enough affection and care to cover for both the parents. He is the dependable person everyone in the C3 peerage relies on. He has also shown great resilience to the point of fighting life and death battles with beings that far outclass him in power in order to protect innocence. Let's take a look at his powers and abilities. Saji is a reincarnated devil, and as such has the typical devil traits, such as being able to manifest a pair of devil bat-like wings that allow him to fly, increase strength, speed, durability. More importantly, he is capable of using demonic power. Saji was born as the possessor of the sacred gear Absorption Line, which looks like a black chameleon on his hand that is capable of stretching its tongue and attaching itself to its enemies and then absorbing their power. After some training and guidance, he is capable of deploying multiple lines and able to absorb more power and transfer the power into demonic power. He later is able to absorb blood and is able to convert life force drained into demonic power as well. Let's talk a little about the dragon that is sealed in his sacred gear. Vithra, aka the prison dragon, and the enveloper was a dragon that had enough power to be considered one of the dragon kings. Dragon kings are dragons that are weaker than Drake and Albion, the 2 heavenly dragons, but are more powerful than any regular dragon. Most gods would find themselves in this category if we were comparing power levels. Vithra was considered to be the weakest of the dragon kings. Let that not take away from his power. After he was killed by the god Indra, his spirit or soul was split into multiple pieces and sealed into multiple sacred gears, which would later be known as the Vithra type sacred gears. Before we continue, I want to get this out of the way. Dragon Albion, dragons that are way more powerful than Vithra, were sealed in only one sacred gear respectively. Now I want you to imagine the pain in the ass this dragon was, or must have been, that he had to be sealed in multiple sacred gears. So let that just sink in. Saji has gone through body modification by the Grigori, the fallen angels, and was able to get 3 more Vithra type sacred gears implanted into him. The first one is Blaze Black Flare, a sacred gear that allows Saji to manifest the fire of Vithra. This fire is cursed and appears purple in color. This flame is so powerful that a god like Loki cannot extinguish it. It is said that the flames would not stop burning until the opponent has been killed. So imagine the Amaterasu from Naruto. Delete Field is a sacred gear that creates an area of effect where those that are seen as the enemy have their power reduced. This is similar to the original sacred gear but with a slower effect, but it does not require Saji to be connected to his enemies. Lastly, we have Shadow Prison. This is a sacred gear that allows Saji to create a barrier with the flames of Vithra, where he can trap his enemies or isolate his enemies and then take them on one by one. After gaining the other sacred gears, Saji was able to communicate with the spirit of Vithra in the sacred gears. He later learned the ability known as Vithra Promotion, where he transformed into Vithra, which greatly increases his overall stats. In this form, he is strong enough to take on someone like Fenrir. Saji is also able to activate his Balance Breaker, which as mentioned before is very similar to Issei's Scale Mail armor, but with a black color motif. The tentacles that appear from his armor are very similar to the Absorption line sacred gear. You could consider the Balance Breaker a fusion between all the sacred gears Saji currently possesses. If that wasn't enough, he also possessed the Pawn Piece, which allows him to take on abilities of the other evil pieces, which increases his strength, speed, stamina, and defensive capabilities. It took 4 pawn pieces to reincarnate him, which makes him more powerful than the average pawn. But, as mentioned before, Saji has recently become a high-class devil, meaning he no longer possesses the pawn piece, but he is now able to gather his own peerage, which if he does correctly, will give him more benefits than the pawn pieces provided. Saji is a skilled hand-to-hand combatant and a skilled technician, as seen with the various fights he's been in and how he uses the multiple sacred gears he possesses. Before I end the video, I'd like to discuss some tangential topics related to Saji. As mentioned before, there are multiple Vithra type sacred gears out there, and if Saji managed to acquire them all, he would gain more power, new abilities, increase his connection with the spirit of Vithra, and lengthen his Vithra promotion time, and overall increase his versatility. I don't know where I read this. It might have been somewhere online, or it might have been in the light novels. That out there is a sacred gear that contains the evil portion of the Vithra's personality, and if Saji acquires it, it might turn the spirit of Vithra evil, or worse, drive Saji crazy and then turn him evil. While I was researching for this video, I did realize that there is a significant number of the Highschool DxD fandom that believes that Saji is really weak. Now, I would like for you to think that all the opponents he's gone through, they are way outclass him, and I think people like to compare him with Issei due to all the similarities they have. Now, Issei himself is way out of reach. I think Saji suffers from what Sakura suffers from when we talk about her in relation to Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto and Sasuke in their world are gods, and as such, Issei is also kind of technically a god. His power way outclasses anyone else, but if you compare someone like Sakura with the average ninja, she is way up there in capability. So if you take someone who is the average or a significantly more powerful than the average, Saji way outclasses them, and I feel like he has the potential to grow stronger, so I am keeping an eye on him as the future of Highschool DxD progresses. As mentioned before, Saji does have a crush on Sona C3, but we do know from reading the light novel and in the anime that she does not see him as such, so making it an unrequited love. she prefers someone that can match her in intelligence and only sees Saji as a younger brother. Now, there are actually two members of Sona's peerage that do actually have a crush on Saji, but he seems oblivious to it. One is Rukuro Hanimura, and the other is Momo Hanakai. Now, both of these were part or are part of the student council, and Saji used to help them out a lot. Now, if he did this because he liked them or not is not clear yet, but hopefully he does open his eyes later on and is able to basically stop chasing someone who's not interested in him. And with that, we've come to the end of the video. Please leave a like, subscribe, share the video, spread the word about the channel. Let's help the channel grow. I've been seeing an increase in the subscriptions lately, and I would like to see it happen more. So yeah, this video was brought to you by the comment section, as mentioned before. Please leave a comment on any character or anything you would like me to discuss. I am currently trying to expand what the channel is about. For a while it was just High School DxD content, mainly because that's what people like to watch. But I'd like to do more, as only doing High School DxD kind of gets boring after a while. Hope you understand. So yeah, with that we've come to the end. Leave a like, subscribe, share the video, and comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!